Hi there, welcome back to Living in the Pacific Northwest with Hal Byrd. Today we're doing something a little bit different and we're going to give you a driving tour of
So what are we up to today?
We are delivering keys and picking up a lockbox.
That means you have a new client?
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
And actually, this client referred me to his parents. So his parents' house closed yesterday, and he's up in town. And yeah, so I'm delivering the keys to his parents so that when his parents get to town, he can meet them at the house. He can meet them.
So awesome. Do you mind sharing what part of town or what borough it's in?
Yeah, so we are heading to Prune Hill in Camas, Washington State, USA, which is just east of Vancouver. Past the 205 bridge. Starts, for all of you Google Maps cruisers, taking walks and drives along Google Maps to understand neighborhoods. Camas starts, or the border between Vancouver and Camas starts at 192nd Avenue. And there's lots of shops along there, some developments at the very bottom of 192nd. And when I say bottom, I guess I mean the southernmost part that intersects with the highway we're on now, which is Highway 14, is a development called Columbia Palisades. Single-family homes there are being developed by Cascade West, very high-end, but they are also building condos over there. Condos and some apartments, I think, and then they'll have shops and restaurants and I think a movie theater. I don't know if that's what that's going to be, but so half of that development is actually going to be on the Camas side, on the east side of 192nd, and the other half is on the Vancouver side.
Sweet. So we'll flip the camera around, get you some footage of our approach coming from, I guess, heading east into Camas, and get you some good B-roll and a good idea of why it's such a popular part of town. Fair enough?
Flip them around.
All right, guys. So here we're approaching exit 10.
You see the bird?
State Route 14.
That's great.
Otherwise known as 192nd Avenue. This is that kind of that demarcation point you talked about, right?
Yes. And since we're going up the hill, I'm going to get in the outside lane.
Try to zoom in actually. I guess I should have been doing that all along.
It's a little hazy today because of the fires. Do you see all those birds circling up there? Like up on the hill. So we're heading up Prune Hill. This is where the Columbia Palisades development is. So the only thing that's built and open is Vancouver Clinic. One of the cool things about Camas is it's kind of like, look at the birds circling up there. I'm like fascinated by the birds. I know the birds. Just the wildlife that you have out here is really pretty cool to see. Normally, if we see deers, we'll see them in Camas. So this will all be developed at some point. For sale, hotel site / senior living. And they've got this amazing view of the Columbia River up here. I'm getting some speed as we go up the hill.
It's quite a hill.
So, this hill that we're heading up is an area in Camas called you'd like a little bit of history, because in the late 1800s, a man named Mr. Boyer started prune orchards up here, and it said that at the turn of the century, so in the early 1900s, Clark County was known as the prune capital of the world.
Seriously?
Yeah. And basically, the prune market, I was going to say an obscenity, crashed, fell to pieces during the Depression. And so we were no longer the prune capital. But other people, when they would buy land up here.
The Great Depression?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the 30s. So from about like the late 1800s until the 1930s, this area was used as prune orchards, and yeah, prune capital of the world.
I would have known that. See that?
To our left, if you're looking at a map, I'll insert it in a picture. You don't need to worry about the video. Is the Prune Hill Sports Park we just passed. And what else was I going to say? Oh, and the reason that it's a hill, it's about 750 feet in elevation, and which is great if the Columbia River ever floods.
That's right.
Prune Hill would be a great place to be, compared to where we used to live down pretty much on the Columbia.
One of the major geographical features of the city of Camas is Prune Hill. Prune Hill is an extinct volcanic vent and is part of the boring lava field of Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington. Wow.
So the boring, which if you remember, we were out in boring looking at land.
Yes.
And it's up on a hill, kind of like this is.
That's right.
Because it has those crazy views.
Right.
And so, yeah, they're basically volcanic vents. They're called cones, I guess. I'm no volcano or geologist expert. So, it's extinct, but that's why it's up on this hill.
So you get some amazing views.
Yes.
You have elevation.
Very hilly. So if you're looking for a multi-gen, looking for a multi-gen property that has a walkout basement, like a lot of my clients specifically, they don't need any basement, but they need a walkout basement. This area is a good place to look because the hills provide topography to allow walkout basements. Like that house has a walkout basement.
And we also be a good time to reference the parents, aging parents video, because you talked about that. Did you say it already?
Yes, which is actually, so I'll link that video, but it's also perfect because this client referred his parents, and they ended up buying a house in Camas with a walkout basement and a great view. So yeah, that's a little bit of history. You have a few schools up here. So elementary schools, you have Dorothy Fox, Prune Hill Elementary, and then Grass Valley. You also have Skyridge Middle School that are all located on Prune Hill.
Follow you?
So now we're just in like regular Camas, but if we take this road straight out, you're gonna end up at 192nd, and it'll put you out of Taft. And on the right, we are back at Prune Hill Sports Park, where they have soccer fields and basketball courts and a playground and just a really great area. Obviously, it's up on the hill, so we came down off Prune Hill. Look at the trees changing colors. And we're up on it, and now we're descending Prune Hill again. And if you're interested in any of the development up here in Columbia Palisades, there is still this amazing townhome community with picturesque cliff views of the Columbia River. These are still available, and there are a few lots left in this upper ridge area that we are going to. You can contact me by text, call, email. All of my contact info is below.
We hope you enjoyed this driving tour of Prune Hill in Camas. Let us know in the comments if this style of video is something you like, if you want to see more neighborhoods this way, or if you have any feedback or suggestions. We'd love to hear them in the comments. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Now you're going to see us leaving 164th on the east side, the far east side of Vancouver, and we are taking Highway 14 all the way across the city of Vancouver. This is the entire length of the city via Highway 14, where you can see us heading west towards I-5 and the I-5 bridge and downtown Vancouver. And we are headed into Portland to get lunch. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any real estate questions at all, feel free to reach out. You can text me at 360-818-4438. I'm always happy to hear from you and look forward to helping you out on your relocation journey. Here's to finding your home with Hal.